What's up, y'all? This is Week 12 with the Commissioners Podcast. I'm your host, Commissioner Aaron Smith, team owner of Oliver County and HLR Ballers. Coming in to join me, my homeboy, my best friend, Mr. Kyle Moorfield, co-commissioner of team owner Cash is King.
That's right, baby. Cash is king.
We ain't got no music this week. We're going to get right into it. We got a lot of information to cover. Have had a few questions. We want to make sure we get into it, get it all covered for y'all. We're here for y'all, so let's get into it.
All right. High score of Week 11. Let's do the Week 11 recap. Oliver County Ninjas.
All right.
203.7 points. Wow. Where'd this team come from?
Hey, it came from the depths of the dungeon, man. I was 0-6, the worst team in the league. No last one to get a win, and somehow
Now you're tied for first in your division.
I managed to bring it up. I don't know if it's because my team's good or that division's just bad.
Wow.
It's
Worst
one or
to
the
first.
other.
5 in a row.
Don't mean nothing, though, if I don't make the playoffs.
Very true. Toilet Bowl goes to our guy, Bohica.
Bohica, what the heck, man?
98.3
Toilet bowl against
points.
this guy and 180 points against me?
I told you last week, man. I had your back.
You got
I
my
had
back.
your
You got it.
I knew it.
You own this guy, dude. You waxed him twice in a row.
Yeah, Bohica, bend over here, it comes again. It came again, and it'll probably come again in another time.
Man, Bohica.
I own you, son, and don't you forget it.
I also want to comment real quick before we go any further. More Gooder wanted me to give a special message to Bohica. You took the toilet bowl in 2 different leagues that we play in, dude. What the hell's going on?
Wow, and I think his picks in that
Office pool?
Yeah.
Office pool, dude, you had an overall bad week of
Wow.
football. I think your team blew it, if you know what I mean, against me the week before.
I think he came and got some of this dangling buffet down here.
Dangling buffet.
The commissioner picks. This is where I kind of hang my head in shame, but I keep it up, hold it up just a little bit. I did go 8-4, one of my best weeks of the season. However, didn't beat you. 10-2. Best week of the year so far.
10-2.
I think we're starting to turn it.
Yeah.
So I'll hand over the trusty $20 in cash.
Cash again. Win again.
But man, 8-4 and 10-2. I think we're finally starting to hit a groove. We're starting to figure some of these teams out and what they do.
I'm going to stop picking Chad because if I keep picking short your TDs, I ain't going to win nothing.
Yeah, if you wouldn't have picked him, you'd have won 11-1.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right. Well, we've had some questions. We're going to go over this for you. Listen very carefully. You know, some of you want to know how this goes. We're going to break down who gets a playoff spot and why. You want to go ahead and start off?
I'll break it down for you. Basically, this is our playoff setup. We've worked on it for years to perfect it. We think it's awesome. This is how it goes. Each conference gets 4 teams automatically in the playoffs. A division winner in each conference, so you got 2 there, and then you get the 2 best records to make the playoffs after that in that conference. So it doesn't matter if you get 3 in one division and 1 in the other, but after the playoffs break, sorry, let me get this under control here. Once the playoffs are determined, it's the division winner on each side in your conference and 2 other teams. Doesn't matter which teams they are. That's a total of 12 teams. Then 1 other team in one conference, doesn't matter which one, gets a super wild card. How that's determined is we go by records in each conference. We're going to lead each conference, the records, then it may go to tiebreaker. It usually goes to tiebreaker. And speaking of tiebreaker, let me go over that real quick too. Just a second here. If you got 2 teams that's tied, it's your head-to-head record. If that's a tie, then it's conference record. If that's a tie, then it goes to most points, and that more than likely won't be a tie. If that does go to tie, we do have another tiebreaker. We won't go over that, though. But that's the breakdown for the playoffs. Each conference winner, the number 1 overall seed, first off, gets $100 credited toward their balance. The other 2 conference winners does get $50 credited toward their balance as well.
And the 3-way ties is just points.
3-way ties, tiebreakers, just points. Doesn't matter whether it's a super wild card, in and out of conference. It's just a tiebreaker for 3 teams. It's just points.
Now, Super Wild Card is after all other 12 playoff spots has been awarded. Then we'll decide who that 13th team is that makes the playoffs with that format.
Based on record.
Well, all this talk about playoffs, we got some good news and some not so good news.
The good news is that Munchin on Bunchin, Gooder, Team Hardcore, and Thompson have secured a playoff spot.
Stamp their ballot. They're
Congratulations
good.
on that, guys.
Congratulations. It's a tough league and already have it locked up with 2 games to go.
That's good.
Ought to be good. but don't give up. Some people still need your help.
Yeah, you got to make sure you change your lineup. Look over very closely. Don't screw anybody around here. This is a big-time league. This is a high rollers league. Make sure you set your lineup like you were needed to win this game to help other teams out.
You named 4 or 5 teams that are in, and we did already confirm Colossal Connection last week, which is another. There's a lot more in the middle of the road that are still jockeying for position here. Need help. But there are a couple that are probably out of it and are officially out.
The Crushers has officially been eliminated from playoffs. Sorry, maybe better luck next year. Team Febreze, you had a good draft. You were eliminated, but you didn't manage properly, in my opinion. Show us your TDs. You did everything you could. Teams just kept nutting all over you. Sorry, dude, you didn't make it either.
Well, there's always next year, but you can always play spoiler. So have some fun. Enjoy that. There's still a lot of football left.
Yep.
And see what you can do. Moving on to week 12.
Week 12.
Short week for a lot of people. We got Thursday games and 3 of them. We got Dallas versus Miami, Detroit versus Green Bay, and the 49ers versus the Ravens on Turkey Day.
Turkey Day.
Now, you are responsible for setting your lineup. No excuses and backups, right?
Yep, that's the key. Set your backup players. If you got people that are questionable, it can't do nothing but help you. Even if you set guys that, just set a list. Doesn't even matter. It can't do nothing but help you.
Yeah, and then you can, once you do that, you can eat your turkey and sleep and snooze and do everything that you want to do after that. But make sure that lineup's set.
I'm going to be watching the shootout, personally.
Ooh. Injury report, week 12. We had some big key guys have gone down. Cutler. Any other injuries that you see? Some people will be coming back from injuries maybe this week.
Big loss in Cutler. I see Haney's been picked up in one conference. I don't know if he's going to continue to be picked up. We did lose AP possibly for only a week, though, so that doesn't really hurt too bad. And Andre Johnson's slated to return this week potentially. I guess we'll find out more about that. Michael Vick was out last week. He may return. He's going to test his ribs later on this week from what I read, and we'll see what goes on from there. But if you got Vince Young, that's a suitable backup.
And Big Ben should be a go. So
Big Ben's a go.
We'll see how that goes.
I did read a tweet about Big Ben. He said his thumb's going to be sore, but he's going to play. He's going to probably kill the Chiefs. So.
A lot of people were asking about Cutler and Big Ben. The difference, I guess, Cutler's had some displacement in that bone, while Big Ben only had a slight crack in the bone.
Yep.
So he'll still be able to play.
Yep.
Didn't need surgery.
Did not need surgery.
Well, the moment everyone's been waiting for, our picks.
Our picks.
Let's go to it. Week 12, the Crushers versus Febreze.
We're going to get this is a game of irrelevant, I should say. But in this game, Crushers is going to get the win. He's going to probably win the next few games just to make his record look a little respectable.
Well, just for sport's sake, I'm going to go with Febreze. Appreciate you versus P&L.
Appreciate you. Last time you guys played, you lost this game against P&L by 5. You bettered your team since then, although you don't have Rodgers, which you had last time, who gave you a big point total. I'm going to go with you, P&L. You've got to make some move. You got to try to continue this lucky streak you're on. You've averaged about 160 points a game.
Well, I'm going to go with him, too. I think he can continue this streak, and we'll see where it goes. Appreciate you. Maybe on the downslide. I don't know. I'm going with P&L, though.
P&L.
RBG, Riversboat Gamblers versus Hardcore.
This is a feature matchup this week. RBG has Rodgers, but his main problem has been he does not have a good second quarterback. He's talking about starting Rex Grossman this week against Seattle. Chris Johnson ain't been himself against Tampa Bay. Don't like that. Jacobs, if he plays enough, he might do good against the Saints. We got Calvin and Lauren Robinson in your third receiver. I don't know who the hell you're going to start. Hardcore's been on a roll. He's got Cam against Indy. I like that. Palmer versus Chicago. I don't know about that. He's got a 3-headed running back monster between MJD, McCoy, and DeMarco Murray. With his receivers are pretty good. Jordy Nelson's came out of nowhere to be big. I don't know if he's going to start him or not. Last time they played, it was 182 to 177 for Hardcore. I'm going with Hardcore again.
Wow. Looks like we're on the opposite end of the stick on these picks here this week.
That's good.
I'm going with RBG. I think he has a lot of he takes the initiative. This guy has a set of them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works for him, sometimes it doesn't. But he's got the goal, what a lot of people in this league don't have, to make weird moves and go with his gut and stick with it. I'm going with RBG in this game.
RBG. Okay.
Munchin on Bunchin versus More Gooder. Break this matchup down.
Another feature matchup, and actually Munchin on Bunchin, who's been hot lately, got on the message board and ran his mouth a little bit and said, he said, Gooder, he does not respect you He's going to beat the shit out of you. Quote. I disagree with that, however, once I looked at the matchup a little closer, because Gooder has Romo versus Miami. He's got Stafford in a shootout against Green Bay. Neither team has defense. I like his running backs better. His only question mark, in my opinion, is his receivers are suspect with Miles Austin still out. But here's the key. Munchin on Bunchin has Brady versus Philly. Don't know about that matchup. Flacco versus the Niners. Do not like that matchup. He's also got Forte with no Cutler. I don't know what's going to happen with that. That's a big question mark there. No AP, possibly no AJ Green. The last time they played, the Munchin crushed this guy 199 and 132. Gooder's going to get his payback.
Well, I'm going to go with Munchin on Bunchin. Said he was going to beat Appreciate You. Said he was going to kick Fabrice's ass. Said he was going to squash me. He did all three. Said he was going to go on a roll after that, which he's done. Tom Brady, after that interview last night, after he whooped up on the Chiefs and how mad he was with the performance they put on, I look for him to have a big game next week. I'm going Munchin on Bunchin.
I just don't know if they can destroy Philly's secondary with no deep threats, but we'll see.
We'll see. You definitely will. HLR versus the Boogeyman.
HLR is going to win this week, hopefully, to continue his playoff hopes. I lost by 1.2 last time. Don't like that shit. I'm going to get you this time.
Woo! Well, I don't know if we're going to have a matchup pick the same this week. I'm going with the Boogeyman.
Okay.
Walmart Greeters versus Cash is King.
Walmart Greeters lost AP. That's a big loss in my opinion. Cash destroyed this guy last time by 31 points. I'm going with Cash.
Wow, we finally got one. I'm going with Cash is King.
All right.
Colossal Connection versus Bohica.
This is no worry. Colossal Connection by 30 points or more this week.
Yeah. Well, if I'm not mistaken, you called a 40-point victory last week. Came through with a 50-point win against Can't Wait.
Yep.
Not this team, but when you said it was going to be a whitewash, it was.
Yep.
I'm going with Colossal Connection against Bohica. We all know his team sucks. Oklahoma versus Loose Balls.
This is going to be a close matchup. I'm going to go with Oklahoma. I think Loose Balls has the initiative to try to play spoiler against Oklahoma. He could get the job done if Oklahoma's quarterbacks slump a little bit.
I'm going to go with Oklahoma. We'll just see how that works out. Oliver County Ninjas versus AA-12.
I got a thorough ass whooping by AA-12. The first time we played 224 to 155. My team did not show up. This time, I'm getting some payback. Oliver County.
Ooh, I'm going with AA-12. Let's make this a little interesting.
All right.
Team Thompson versus Team Justice.
Last feature matchup of the week. Thompson, you've been kind of shaky lately, but you've still been getting the job done. Last time you guys played, you scored 235 to 151. Justice is not liking that. He's got a lot of good matchups this week. You got some shaky matchups. Jackson with a calf injury against the Jets. Ooh, Eli and Stafford, I like those. You got Bo and Calvin, but which Dwayne Bo's going to show up against Pittsburgh. I like all Justice's matchup this week, but I'm still going to take Thompson because I think somehow you're going to get this job done and maintain first place. This is a battle for first place in their division.
Yeah, these are two winning teams, the top of the echelon. I'm going to go with Team Thompson. I can't believe
we're starting to get on the same page.
We're getting clicking there.
Yeah.
Can't Wait versus Show Us Your TDs.
This is a bottom of the barrel matchup in my opinion. I warned Can't Wait. I tried to talk trade with this guy from the start. This guy said, hey, week 1, I scored the most points. What do I need to trade for? Now you see why you needed to trade. You should have continued trading to try to improve your team at the deadline, but you didn't. I'm going to go with Can't Wait.
Oh, man. All that and that?
Yeah.
Well, he dished out a lesson there, so maybe he'll learn.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to go with Can't Wait as well. Show Us Your TDs. We all know y'all know what I think about his team. I don't need to reiterate it. I did it for several weeks in a row. So I won't even mention it this time.
He does have the champ.
Can't Wait.
He does have the champ. Watch out.
We'll see. Mean Machine versus Lavar's Legends.
This is a big matchup in that conference. That division's really tight in that conference. It could go either way. I'm going to go with Mean Machine just because Lavar's been hot, but I think Mean Machine's going to get back on track this week.
And as do I. I'm going to go with Mean Machine. I think he will beat Lavar's Legends, so we'll see how that goes. But that's going to be my pick. In the spirit of Thanksgiving in a couple days, I'd like to say thanks to very thankful for our league mates in creating this, being a part of this league. We appreciate it.
Yep.
So I'll give thanks to you guys for that. Watching these podcasts, we have fun putting it on. So I want to say thanks to you guys. What else are you thankful for?
I want to give thanks to family and friends and, everything that, I appreciate in my life, being able to live and have a good time in this league and be thankful that I say a lot of shit talk to people. People don't take it personal because that's just my personality and I'm just joking around. But I am very thankful as well for my friends and family and being able to enjoy the time that I've spent playing in this High Rollers League.
Yeah, well, we're both thankful for the High Rollers League
2011.